This is Lance here. And remember, this is balance with Lance. Previous one, I showed you balancing. I explained it all to you. I gave you some ideas as to what you have to do. And I showed you the lower body of being able to lift your legs and how the hips work and the powerhouse, which is your hips. Now I'm going to show you how the bent over action, the looseness of your body, will indicate the difference of having muscles and parcels which are just hanging about like loose bits of putty, and the ability of being able to suddenly make them into a solid one-piece unit. That is where the secret of all this comes about. That's where strength comes from. That's where power comes from. And this is the important part. Now I'm going to ask Lynette once again to come back here and demonstrate to you the ability of how the upper body must control itself. It must hold. So you've got enough room now, Lynette, to be able to, on all fours. That's it there. Have you got a decent view of that? Good. Now, I want you to keep your body fully relaxed. Just do, and I'm going to get you to do it very easily so that the audience can actually see what you're going to do. And they can try it themselves. It would be a damn good idea if you put aside your coffee, your marijuana, and all the rest of it, and have a try. So now, lift your right hand a couple of inches off the floor. Now, you notice two things you can do here, and lift your left hand so they can see it actually. Yeah. Now, two things here. You notice the first thing she did there? Again, it is impressing upon you, the people I love, of what you should be doing. Now, notice when she lifted her left hand, she didn't have to lift her shoulder at all, but she lifted her shoulder to lift her hand. Why can't she just bend the elbow? Again, she immediately lifted her shoulder, ignoring the fact that she had an elbow bend there. So she's now beginning to tie her shoulder up with her arm, and I don't want that. I want you to differentiate between these things. Put your hand down again. So now that's the first point I want you to understand. Now lift your left knee off the floor. Now again, just that little movement. The knee is not floating, it's fighting to get stability because the hips must be absolutely level, but she's battling there to sustain that. Okay, so now you do that first of all, that immediately gears up the points in your mind, the pathways to those little brain maps I'm telling you. Now we've got to go a stage further. Now what I want you to do is curl your toes under, lift your knees 4 inches off the floor till your back is absolutely level. Got it? Bring your knees a little bit in, slightly, I want them under your hips. Right, okay, now there. Now she's got, in a perfect situation, her arms are under her shoulders, her knees are under her hips. So all we're going to say now is, now lift your left hand up again. Now see the body shift right across? Right, come back again. Spread your legs a little bit more to get a bit more stability. Now hold it there. Turn your hands in slightly. Now, why am I doing this? I'm trying to show you that you have to not just follow something like, you know, you've got to work yourself. Your body is different to everybody else's. You have to be able to feel the moment when. Right, are you ready now? Now, try and maintain your balance. Lift your left hand up. Stability with those hips are absolutely essential. Now, lift your left leg off the floor at the same time. Your right leg and your left hand. Now, watch this, watch this, watch the hips, watch the hips, watch, because it's a loose piece of rag, do you understand? Right, put it down again, now do the whole body is fighting, it's fighting, absolutely battling to maintain itself, because it hasn't been taught. Those pathways are not strong enough, even though she's done an enormous amount of exercise over the years. Now do the other side, now just watch. The hips start immediately loses its good. Now hold it there. Now see, that's better. Now the hips are level. The hip, it wants to drop, but it's holding. Right, now add into it a little bit longer, she'll start losing her balance. See, she's going now. Right, come down. Now you can relax for a second. Now you notice there, the body is not tied. In other words, you've got a back, the arms, the shoulders, and only up to the hips working together. But the major muscles such as your quads, your hamstrings, your calves, shoulders, and all the extensors and flexors on your arms have not come, your diagonals have not tied your body up. Do you follow me? Now we're going to tie the body up to give you some idea as how you can start developing. You must start from there. You must start from where I've shown you, and then you start extending. Right, so we got the same situation now. You ready? Mm-hmm. Now, lift your feet up a few inches up now. Exactly the same thing. Now lift your left arm straight out and lift your right leg straight back. Maintain it. Don't lift your bum up. Keep it the same angle. Keep it straight. Lighten it. Drop the left hip down. Good. There. Now see the battle taking place? Right, relax. So we do the other side a minute. Now she's puffing and panting here. You might not be able to hear that, but I am, so I'll give her pure oxygen after this. so I'll explain all this to you. Now do the other side. Gently. Now you must get straight out. It must be rigid. Rigid, rigid. Now you feel better. Can you feel better?
Yeah.
Because she's now tying it up. Right, come down. She's got her brain map. Suddenly the brain recognizes this is what I have to do. Once the brain recognizes what it has to do, it'll start working on it. And this is what happened. That's why the other side was a lot easier than this side. Because she had already said, this is what I'm going to do. I can get out of it. So the brain says, right, well, if she can get out of it, I'll let her do it properly. So immediately, every single muscle, the motor complex, let it go. So I hope that gives you some idea as to what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the upper body strength, stability. You can do all the stability exercises, and you've heard it 1,000 times. There's no exercises I'm going to give you. You can get them all from a book, you can go and get them from the library, you can go and talk to people, because exercise per se is just a movement. If you don't understand how those movements affect you, then you're wasting your time. By now you should be grasping, before we get on to the more advanced stages, you should be grasping what I'm talking about, right? So leaving you with that, I think the next video will be a combination. We start explaining to you the basic anatomies of some muscles and how the framework works, how it holds your skeleton. Then you'll be able to see the movements after that. And then you'll be able to realize the effect of a shortened muscle, a lengthened muscle, etc., etc. Thank you very much indeed. So once again, bye.